Morning everybody, good morning. Welcome to very cold Edinburgh today with snow in the air. Snow in the air folks, it's gone back to like -1, -2. So yeah, we're in Edinburgh, we're going to do a different kind of walk tonight. Last time we were here we were doing a football walk, and this time we're actually going to do a football walk again, but this time we're going to try and visit sites of old forgotten Edinburgh stadiums. A lot of them are connected to Leith Athletic. Yes, a Leith Athletic for back in the 1890s, I think. They've been in the Scottish League on and off over the hundreds of years. They're still on the go, which we'll come to later. But they have played in about 5 or 6 different stadiums over the years. And there's a lot of historical old stadiums in Edinburgh that I say no longer exist, but we're going to visit the sites of where they used to be, and we'll try and give you some historical facts, folks, along the way. So come with us on this new journey around Edinburgh. Not been down these parts before. Well, a lot of them. Been to some of them, obviously. But always new parts of Edinburgh to discover. So as usual on these walkabouts, we'll come across odd buildings. Look at this, number 1 Broughton Market. I think this is where the market used to be, in this area. Cobbled streets. Yeah, I think this is the site of the old Broughton Market. I'll find out some history, folks, and see if I can put a wee bit on here, tells all about it. But yeah, back in the day this was, obviously you can tell with the cobbled streets, this must have been where the market used to be. So there we have Scotland Street, and at the bottom of that street there's the famous Scotland Street Tunnel, which is all boarded up now. I've been there, well I've been down that bit a long time ago, mind you, but we'll, if we get a chance, we'll head down there later. But we're going this way at the moment, and our first stop is going to be the old gymnasium stadium, the Jimmy was its name, nickname. So that's along here, our first lost Edinburgh stadium. This weird sign here, I think it's a homemade blue sign. In recognition of Paddy Gallagher, founder of Paddy's Bar, a genuine saver during the 2020 pandemic. Look at all these old houses down here, look. Very hilly Edinburgh. Right behind these fences, folks, is where the old gymnasium stadium used to be. We'll try and get down a wee bit closer. They're doing a lot of building work at the moment. So let's go around here. Of course, there'll be nothing left of it. Nothing left of any of these stadiums. So this is King George V Park, which actually I have been to before, to see the Scotland Street Tunnel. So we'll go and look at that just in a second. Now there's a board here, let's see what it says. I think it tells you about the football here. And there's the old tunnel. So St Bernard's football team. Here it tells you all about it there. A record crowd of 27,000. Right, so there you go, site of old football ground, folks. There's the first clue. So there you go, folks, just in here was where St Bernard's football team used to have their stadium. Right there, I'll put some pictures on here just let you see. Hard to get pictures on the site. But in there, that's our first forgotten stadium. So the Jimmy, as it was called, so it was home to St Bernard's football team. And they played here for most of their existence from 1880 to 1922, when the club supporters actually purchased the Jimmy and built a new stand And they built a 1,500 seater stand, which was built on the southern side over there. And then they had embankments going up on each side. And the capacity was actually 40,000 here, believe it or not, 40,000. And the development took about 2 years. But the first game they played back here wasn't until the 15th of November 1924 when they beat Atherley 1-0. So imagine the big stadium here, folks, big capacity. Now it's just getting developed into something else. So there you go, St Bernard's Football Club, Edinburgh. Right, so just a quick look over there. That's Scotland Street Tunnel. Now there's another tunnel just over here, which I'll just show you. Right, so that's Scotland Street Tunnel, which goes all the way through to Waverley Station, allegedly. This was the old railway line. And here's the other tunnel here, I forget the name of this one, but yeah, lots of these old tunnels in Edinburgh. So this is Rodney Street, folks, Rodney Street. Right, so why was this place called the Jimmy? Because it used to be a huge big gymnasium where the people, I think, of the hospitals used to come down and work out, basically, to try and get better. So it was Gymnasium Park, the Jimmy. And again, I put an old picture on here of what it used to look like. So it looks like here, it tells you a bit about it, folks. See all this forgotten history in Edinburgh, away from the main tourist trail. Look, they're all Patients Gymnasium. There you go, look. Stood right here. So you can see with the picture, it's, they have a lot of things here actually. Look, 600 rowers. There's a trapeze. A merry-go-round for 600 people. Compound pendulum swing for 100 people. A giant seesaw for 200 people. Wow. Look at that, look, on this site stood the Royal Gymnasium and the home of St Bernard's Football Club. So, St Bernard's lasted until 1942, folks, not 1922. 1922 was when the stadium was kind of rebuilt here. Bernard's actually won the Scottish Cup in 1895, beating a team called Renton, which I think we come to look at later on. There's a bit of Renton history here in Edinburgh as well. But yeah, they won the Scottish Cup in 1895. Imagine that. And that's why there's a wee plaque here as well to commemorate the Scottish Cup final victory. Amazing. So you need to excuse my ramblings today, folks. I just say things as they are. I don't really study things much. I just look online and see what I can find and just go with the flow. But it's always interesting to find out wee bits of unknown history. But say, just excuse my ramblings today. So I'm going to go to the next one. New Logie Green. This is a good one. I should have said actually, Leith Athletic, which I mentioned in the past. They, I think played one game here at this stadium. But New Logie Green is the next one. This is a good one. Stay tuned. Random fox on the roof. Folks, quick stop here. It's so cold. Coffee time. Over just about here, folks, is New Logie Green, which was the home of St Bernard's, who we just looked at a few minutes ago. They were actually here first from 1889 to 1899. Also home of something else, which I shall tell you about when we get here. Right, down there we've also got the Scottish Poppy Factory. I think it's still in existence. But yeah, over there, folks, there's New Logie Green former stadium where those flats are. So let's just go down and I'll tell you the most fascinating bit of history yet. There's a big rugby match on tomorrow, the Calcutta Cup. Scotland versus England, and there's loads of English rugby fans here. Just past a few just there, here of all places. Accommodation in Edinburgh is so hard to get when the Calcutta match is on, so people tend to stay anywhere they can. Now, I'm a bit lost now. I should be over there, and I'm actually here. So I'm trying to figure out how to get around. I have to go down and through that tunnel there, I think. So there's still football pitches here. I don't think this is the old ground, because it is actually signposted over there, but I wouldn't be surprised if this actually was it. Because by the description, I don't know if I can get that in focus. Actually, I'll go for the top here. Because by the description you see, it's got stands, like foam stands all the way around. So it could actually be here. This actually could be the old ground I'm looking for, but I'm not too sure. It does say it's on the other side. Right, these are the old railway lines here, still we're walking along. As you can see, there's old evidence here, the old bridges and things. Obviously used to be a bridge here. Right, now still can I get down there? Right, I have to turn back, I think. Right, I actually said in the map, folks, that was Warriston Plainfield, so maybe that's not the pitch I'm looking for. I'm trying to get, say, over there. Right. I think because this is an old railway line, it's difficult to find a way off. Oh, got a nice view of Edinburgh Castle up there. There we go. And on that side we've got Arthur's Seat. Here's a look at some more swanky apartments in Edinburgh. I've seen some last time we were here. There's another one, look, another big veranda, terrace at the top. Views over the castle. Very nice. Right, I've come around in a big circle here, folks. I think this is the Water Leith here on my left. And there's another one of these Anthony Gormley Mirrorman style statues up here, sculptures. So we're going to go now under the rail bridge. That's where I was just a minute ago. Up there, top of that bridge. Just have to come down and under now. So we will get to New Logie Green just shortly. These gates here obviously closed, and they've got poppies on them too, look. Obviously because we're near the poppy factory. So there we go, it's still here. Poppy factory. Right, we're getting there, folks. Logie Green Road. So up here, so where these flats are here, these apartments, this is where Logie Green Stadium used to be. So I'm going to go try and go round in it inside and try and stand where the old centre spot used to be, the centre circle. Some nice retro houses at the bottom here. Things, folks, about that old shed is here from the old football days. I bet you that used to be the changing rooms. So folks, when I'm standing here beside these new apartments here, this used to be the new Logie Stadium, and I'm sure that old hut over there, but that used to be part of, as I said, part of the old changing rooms back in the day. I could be totally wrong though. Now, why is this famous? So the ground was selected by the Scottish FA to host the 1896 cup final between rivals Hearts and Hibs. Hampden Park was being used for a rugby match, so this was selected instead. They put up temporary stands, especially for the game, and people complained because I thought it was going to be like too busy. The capacity was going to be 23,000 here, but I think only about 15,000 actually turned up for the cup final. So it was played on the 14th of March. Hearts won 3-1 against Hibs, and it was the only time that a Scottish Cup final was played outside Glasgow. And it was actually played here, right on this spot. Could be standing on the centre spot, right here. So Hearts versus Hibs, Scottish Cup final, back in the late 1800s. And also, Leith Athletic played here for one season, back from 1899 to 1900. Once again, Leith Athletic seemed to get around. But it's amazing, yeah, this was where the Scottish Cup final was played. Only time ever outside of Glasgow. So fascinating history here in the centre of Edinburgh. Now, this is New Logie Green. We've also got Old Logie Green just over here, which was the former site of Powder Mill Stadium, which I think is where there used to be a running track and a greyhound stadium and another football stadium. So let's go and try and find that one. We've actually got a reception factory shop here for poppies, and of course somebody had to come out and ask if they could help me, and I had to explain what I was doing. Right, this Powder Hall Road. Right, this is Old Logie Green, formerly Powder Hall Stadium, where these flats are now, folks. It's the home of athletics, football. So Leith Athletic played here, Leith Athletic, and also St Bernard's played here on and off from late 1800s to the early 1900s. Let's go and see if we can walk around here. Again, I'll have to guess where the centre pitch was. This is like when you go to London and you walk into Highbury. It's not quite the same, but here we go. So I guess this is the central part here. Nice apartments here now. So I guess it's very, very sketchy, but I'm just guessing this was the centre of the stadium right here. So the centre circle was probably in there somewhere. So Old Logie Stadium then became Powder Hall Stadium, and say Leith Athletic played here for a second spell in 1926 to 28. Edinburgh City, another football team, played here too. And then there was Speedway, Edinburgh Monarchs had a wee stint here, but the whole ground was modelled on Stamford Bridge down in London. That's the way it was originally designed. And also Hibs and Hearts also played their home games here too, before they moved to Tynecastle and Easter Road. So the whole area is fascinating, folks. Sporting history here. So football, speedway, greyhound racing, all held here. Right, so just beside Powder Hall, got an old iron bridge here. So this original iron bridge was built in 1863, was removed in 1956 and replaced by the present concrete bridge. There's the Water of Leith. And behind these walls here, folks, is a hidden graveyard. You can see like all the graves in there. So as I said, up here is another one of Anthony Gormley's statues. This one's called 6 Times. And for some reason this one's got a Hibs top on. There he is there, wearing a Hibs top. I think it's a Hibs, yeah, is it a Hibs top? Yeah, Henry. Right, so there he is behind me, folks. One of the, I think there's 3 or 4 of these dotted around Edinburgh. You've seen a couple of my videos. I've never seen this one before. This is a new area to me. Right, next on the list, another stadium. Stay tuned. Right, that's not on my list today, but that's Craig Royston Football Club in there. I think it's a junior football club. They play in that stadium there, but that's still on the go, very much still playing today. Right, got another little detour here, a little monument there, and this is obviously an old railway bridge too. Water of Leith Walkway, opened October 1983. This is named to commemorate the centenary of the Boys Brigade. It's obviously a big railway bridge went over here at one point, a viaduct maybe. Right folks, next on the list, I don't know how you get in this one actually. This is Chancellot Park. Chancellot Park, everybody. Another former football ground. Still in use today, by the looks of things. So Leith Athletic moved here to Chancellot Park in 1900. The first league match here was played on 8th September 1900, and they won 1-0 against Edinburgh. But in 1904 they took over the old Logie ground where we just came from. So they've actually moved from here. They were here for 4 years, and they also played back here, I think, after the war as well. The last match in 1904 they beat Raith Rovers 2-0. That was the 5th of March 1904. Now I've also seen some pictures online. Obviously that Boys Brigade monument we just saw there, they used to parade in this ground as well. I'll put some pictures on here. And also there's a massive big flour mill here, which was dubbed one of the most beautiful buildings in Edinburgh at the time. Now obviously demolished, but yeah, they used to stand on this same ground. And I've got a nice view here of Arthur's Seat. I'll just show you that as well. So there we go, there's Arthur's Seat up there. A lot of people on it today as usual. Right, we've got a bit of a hike to our next location. It's about a 40-minute walk. I was going to go up that way to Spartans Stadium and the old City Club Stadium, which where Spartans used to play, but I'm going to have run out of time, folks, so I need to leave that again for another day. So I'm going to go down to Beechwood Park, which is down beside Easter Road actually, but again it's got another fascinating bit of Scottish history, so we'll tell you about it when we get down there, and Scottish football history obviously. Tell you when we get down there, and we'll see what's en route. This is Ferry Road I'm away to walk on now. So there's a sculpture up here around this tree. It's meant to represent peace and love. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, it's got symbols of different things on it. The doves of peace and various bits and pieces. It's got a little plaque in the middle. Let's see if we can get to it because of the mud. Planted for Peace, 14th of December 1982. But yeah, these are these Art Deco buildings kind of along here. I'm not sure what this building used to be. Maybe a big shop or something. It's actually a funeral. Better not film it. Sunshine on Leith. This is Leith Dockers Club. Nice big mural, unveiled by Irvin Welsh. Him of Trainspotting, April 2014. How cool! So we're down Leith Links, and just while we're here, but obviously we're going to go and see one of the former homes of Leith Athletic. They were here just till recently. They now play, I think, at the university ground, Peffermill 3G. It's like a AstroTurf kind of place, but they're still on the go, folks. They are still on the go, Leith Athletic. After all the history, they formed and reformed, and they're still there. But here is one of the most recent grounds that they used to play in, right down here at Leith. And I think the name might still be on the old clubhouse. Hoping we're going to find it. But this is it here. Links. Let's have a look. So there's the old changing rooms there. The name I think's disappeared. That used to be one of the last homes of Leith Athletic. So one of these days we'll go and watch them play, folks. They're still on the go, as I said. They are still on the go. Well, the sky's starting to look very dark over there. Rain, maybe snow. I think a wee bit of rain was forecast for today, but touch would have been lucky so far. Let's hope it holds off until our final stop, which is about another 20-minute walk. Beechwood Park. It's a bit of pour down, folks, but get the brolly out. Look at it. Pitch black. Right, we've got hailstones, folks. We've got hailstones. Right, how do I get down to this park? Right, so just about here, folks, there's a bit of Scottish football history. Again, this used to be Beechwood Park, believe it or not, and something happened here for the very first time, right about here. So Leith Athletic played here at Beechwood Park when they joined the SFL in 1891, and the first league match was played here on the 22nd of August 1891, where Leith beat Renton 3-2. But Renton's Alex McCall was best known for taking the very first penalty kick right here, folks, right in this little bit of ground. And when Leith left here, the British Railway, North British Railways, built the railway along here, the Leith Central line, right across this hallowed site. So the first ever penalty kick was taken right about here, folks. So I wonder where the very first penalty was. I'm going to guess that there is the old penalty spot. Let's just pretend. And I'm going to stand on the place where the very first penalty was taken in Scotland, right here at Beechwood Park. Hard to believe looking at it now. Right, so Easter Road is just up there behind me, and that's it, folks. That's it, today's little jaunt around Edinburgh, visiting the lost football grounds off the Edinburgh area and the lost football teams. Thank you so much for joining me. From a wet Edinburgh, I bid you farewell, and here's to the next little adventure.